Hello guys and welcome. In this video we're going to talk about update 13 from an economy point of view. There's a few things I'll point out and a few things I'm concerned about. Now where this update is much different from any others, so if we take 110 Real, where 110 Real was a big gear dump, so to speak, a lot of new helms, a lot of new gear pieces. It really did sustain the economy for a long period of time as people experimented with different helms, different set pieces that were now newly available, and that economy held really well right through to about 4 weeks ago, before it hit its plateau. And now it's coming down because people are selling off as quickly as they can to try and make some gold for housing. Now, the housing in update 13 is a massive gold dump. So housing and accessories, these things can cost quite a fair bit of gold, but the thing to point out is that this gold goes absolutely nowhere. Okay, it doesn't go to another player, doesn't go to guilds through the form of taxes. It just goes nowhere, and that's the bit that's really got me concerned, because there's going to be a lot of gold going out of the economy. Now, there is a lot of gold in the game at the moment, so I'm hoping there's enough there to balance this out. But if people do really go crazy and give away everything they have in order to get the housing or the items that they want, the accessories, then yeah, there could be a big gold shortage in the game. Now, we're just going to have a look at some of the prices here of the housing. So as you can see, the price is kicking off at 11,000 gold for the smaller apartments, and can go right up to 3.8 million for the manors. Yeah, so some of it is not cheap, and obviously there's a lot of houses in between, 40, 50, 80, 100, 1 million, etc. so forth. So to go along with the massive price of housing, depending if you splurge out and buy the really expensive ones, there's also housing accessories. So these are items that you earn. If you've earned the achievement, you're allowed to buy these items. So they might be a statue or a quest item that you've done in the past. So you have the ability to buy these items with in-game gold and then decorate your house with them. Now, these range from around 1,500, 2,000 gold right up to 75,000 gold upwards, for the bigger items, and these items do not, they're not infinite. So if you want 2 statues for the entranceway of a manor, you can't just buy the one statue and duplicate it. No, you have to buy both statues. So if your statue is worth 75,000 gold, then obviously it doesn't take very long at all to really waste your gold. Now, these items are just another gold dump. The gold goes nowhere. So my biggest concern here is that all this gold that people will be using to buy player housing, the gold doesn't go anywhere. It just gets deleted. It just goes absolutely nowhere. So in the past with other patches, when we had a lot of new farmable gear, a lot of new motifs, a lot of that stuff was gold handed on and traded, etc. So I paid you 50k gold for a motif I didn't have, and you generally pass that 50k gold on for another motif or other mats you need to craft whatever you want to craft. But in this case, it's not going to happen. All this gold, millions of gold, is just going to go to nothing. And that gets a bit concerning. I'll tell you why a little bit later when we get through covering the master crafting writs. So we'll just move on to another new item in the update 13, which is the master crafting writs. So if we have a look at a little snippet here from the PTS patch notes, it tells us that we now have a chance of a master writ reward from our writ boxes. So now we'll just run through this. It says these invitations may require any material or knowledge associated with a trade skill, even if you do not possess it, which means if you're not a 9-trait crafter, you very well may get a master writ that requires you to make something that is 9-trait. Another thing here, it goes on to say these invitations are tradable, consumable, and indicate the number of RIT vouchers upon successful completing. So you'll get to know how many RIT vouchers you'll get from the RIT before you complete it. So this would be quite valuable if you're looking to sell these items. And another interesting fact here is the frequency of the master RIT invites from standard RIT boxes is based on the overall associated trade skill mastery possessed by that character. Now this includes research, motive knowledge, and achievement completion. Now that's very interesting because it tells us that that we really need a high level crafter, and the more traits we know, the more motives we know, the higher the chance of a drop. How much higher? I don't know. We'll have to soon find out, but very interesting. So a few things that this tells us. First off is that these master crafting writs can be sold or traded. Another thing that tells us is that total craft mastery increases the chances of these master writs dropping. So what that will indicate is that your traits prices will surely go up. The demand for traits will go up. So your Nernhomes, your training, well-fitted, infused, things like that, the slightly rarer ones, depending on obviously what craft, is going to go up as people finally figure out what they need to do to increase their chances of getting these master writs. Now also an interesting thing is that the more motifs you know, your motif knowledge, the more you know, the more that you, the more of a chance you have of these master writs dropping. So what that means, and I've been doing this myself, in all honesty, you get a lot more people trying to collect motifs. So like I've been collecting assassins and the more easier ones to get a hold of, and then filling out some of the other ones like celestial, etc. Just filling in the gaps to heighten my chances. And you should see a spike in prices of motif as well. Now we'll just have a look at another little snippet here. So this snippet here goes on to show us what our RIT vouchers can get us. So as you can see, most of it goes towards the housing with the target skeleton furnishings, stuff like that, and the other trade furnishings, but you can also have a shot at the ebony motifs and also the ambrosia recipe. So as you can imagine, these are going to be very sought after for the first couple of weeks. So we know that player housing and housing accessories is going to delete a lot of gold from the economy. So a lot of gold that's been sitting in banks on characters or circulating is not going to be anymore. It's just going to be deleted, literally. And we also know that these master crafting writs may ask us to craft any leveled item at any improved state. So it could be blue, green, gold. So this is going to put quite a stress on prices will lift on certain mats. You know, things like the lower end mats that weren't going for all that much can possibly have the potential to go up. A few gold each, you know, across the board. So there really is a bit of uncertainty there. So I do believe that update 13 will give us two different types of people as such. The one person is going to be very concentrating on kitting out their house and getting all the accessories. So these people are going to be the ones spending money on housing and accessories. But in order to get that gold, they're going to need to sell. So they'll be the ones that'll be selling everything that they can, farming to make gold, selling off everything in their gear bags, etc. And then the other type of person is going to be the person more focused on the crafting writ side and what those writ tokens have to offer. So the ebon armor, the training skelly, the ambrosia recipe, and some of the other finer furnishings there. So, and those are the people that are going to be buying. They're going to be spending gold in the economy itself. So they'll be buying refining mats, improvement mats, sorry, and all the gear that they need to fulfill those RIT contracts. So yeah, very interesting there. So this is a tricky bit where I make my bold predictions for the economy in update 13. So I'm expecting a very stagnant or stalled economy for the first day or two after the patch drop, as people are going to be in their houses playing around with them, fitting them out, exploring their friends' houses. So there's not going to be much concentration on farming or stocking guild stores, etc. So yeah, I reckon it'll be quite stalled just to start with, and then we're going to see the people that were unaware of how much housing and the accessories are going to cost. I do believe that we're going to see the market absolutely just get flooded full of materials that people are trying to make as much gold as they can to afford the accessories in the houses that they want. But I do believe that even though the market's going to be flooded, I don't think the prices of material is going to go down at all, mainly because of the master writs, because remember that these things could possibly need any level material and any improvement mat, so blue, green, gold even. So even though there's going to be a lot of material flooding the market, I do believe it'll be compensated by the demand for it. So I honestly, at the moment in 110 Real, the prices are dropping in a lot of things because the market's already flooded from the people that do know, and they're trying to make a bit of gold for housing before the patch drops. So I do believe that we'll see a steady incline. The prices will steadily go up in the weeks after the drop until they come to a plateau where generally everyone's got what they want. And then we'll see it fluctuate as normal from there. As demand happens, people find out different things about different, because the monster helms, for instance, can't crit anymore, so PvP may go a different direction, so new material, so then we might see a bit of fluctuation in the price. I think that the prices of materials won't get much higher than the peak that they reached in 110 Real. Bold prediction there, but there's going to be a lot of less gold, and that's the bit that's got me a bit concerned. But yeah. Now this is something that I'd really like to hear your opinion on. It's something that I've thought about for the last week, and I'm still not 100% sure. If my predictions are correct or what way the economy will go. By all means, a massive gold dump it's got me concerned. All this money going into housing and not circulating amongst players is definitely concerning. I do hope there's enough gold in the game to balance it all out, which I do know there is a lot of gold being stored, a lot of people sitting on a lot of money, so that's probably a bonus. But by all means, if you have a thought or you'd like to question anything I've stated here, please do. Now I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description. One will be to the patch notes on the PTS, and one will be to a page on Deltia's Gaming, his web page there, which has got all the prices of all the housing accessories. He's got a lot of really good information over there. He works hard on it, so just go over there and check that out. And another thing too, guys, is all this is on the PTS, so subject to change. So definitely all the stuff I've talked about here could possibly change with drop rates or pricing. If they drop the prices across the board on the housing or the accessories, then a lot of things will change here. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. Definitely leave a comment if you have an opinion on something. I'm extremely keen to hear it. And yeah, peace out.